Mrs. Ambassador, Mr. President, dear professors, dear researchers, dear ACIS members and friends, thank you very much for enabling me to speak in front of you today. I'm not going to be too long in this talk. I will leave maybe more space for questions at the end. The aim of my presentation is to present some of the changes that have occurred these last 2 or 3 years and that basically will affect all the policy of the Swiss government scholarships. Just to start, a little highlight. I thank Professor Sanchez when he said that it was prehistory of ACIS was the Swiss government scholarship. This is true. It has been founded, the Swiss Federal Commission has been founded in 1961, and the aim at that time was to help young researchers and students to come to Switzerland to do their research and studies. It was at that time, in all the parts where developing countries were concerned, development tool. It has a bit changed now. It's not that much anymore a development tool. It's more an academic cooperation tool than a normal development policy, which would be a part of the SDC and not of the State Secretariat for Education and Research. I think the main goal of our action is to help Swiss universities build and strengthen cooperations, existing or non-existing cooperations with universities, other universities abroad. And we like to think that the grantee, the person who gets the scholarship, is the bridge or the first brick or the last brick in this wall. We like to see our grantees as people building bridges between Swiss institutions and institutions abroad. So since 1961 we have about 7,500 people who have been granted a Swiss government scholarship, and the amounts dedicated to these scholarships have been increasing over the years. We're about now with a budget of 10 million Swiss francs a year to give out the scholarship, which enables us to do a relatively good job and give the possibility to many people to come to Switzerland. I'm going to say fast if we have 4 unilateral offers or offers within reciprocity agreements, and in 2012 we offer scholarships to 74 different countries. So more or less this is the picture of the action of the Swiss government scholarship until, let's say, more or less yesterday. Things will change. I'll explain you in other slides. So we have the usual suspects, that's the European countries, US, etc., Latin America, some countries in Africa, Russia, and Asia. This was made in a logic of working with countries with which Swiss universities usually had cooperation, formal or informal cooperations. So this is why there was these 74 countries, and that our action was not done with all the countries of the world. So this is more or less the repartition of grantees in the various universities. We see that the University of Geneva has the biggest amount, and that can be explained with the quality of the university and also its international rename around the world. Every year until now, the University of Geneva is the main, let's say, university that hosts Swiss government scholarship holders. Second probably comes EPFL and ETH Zurich. So now if we see Colombia, which is the topic today, and the Swiss Government Scholarship, we see that, like Professor Sanchez said, Colombia has been offered Swiss Government Scholarship since 1961. It was in the first phase of the program, and with, I think, an interruption, you said, Professor Sanchez, in 1980s, I think, it went nearly without interruption, and we were able to work very well with Colombian scholarship holders. We had 143 Colombian citizens who have benefited from a grant from 1 to 3 years since 1961, which is actually, if I'm not wrong, the highest number in Latin America, with coming close Argentina. But it is the highest number, and we have fairly good repartition between human sciences and sciences, hard sciences. It's about 50-50 split. And as a whole, I think that the Swiss Government Scholarship has been used quite correctly in Colombia as a means to foster and enable cooperations. In many cases, the researchers are the main link in building up a cooperation or sustaining a cooperation. If we look in this room, we have 4 people who are speaking today. 2 of them, Professor Sanchez, Dr. Vega. Tomorrow we have Juan David Villegas and Professor Andres Perez, who are former government scholarship holders. I think there are other people in the room that are former government scholarship holders, and people also presenting posters are former government scholarship holders. What we like to do in our office is to see things such as what is done by Professor Bulgari. That means that he is mainly using our tool as a way to help people come over in his projects and to start working with those people through a Swiss government grant. If things get better, then he puts them in projects, etc. But he uses that as the main tool to help them come, help build the bridges as the first thing. And this is what we like to do at the Commission. Usually when you see, when the Commission sees a researcher that is backed by Professor Bulgari, they say, okay, this is no problem, it's a good project, we'll get it, because we know that he will be, the person will be in good hands and doing a good job in the policy direction that the Commission wants to have. So basically, where are the Colombian Swiss government scholarship grantees studying? So no big surprise. EPFL is the first one, and that is probably due to the long-standing links that this institution has with Colombian institutions and with the hard work done by Professor Sanchez, Professor Bulgarin, and others to promote EPFL, to promote Switzerland as a good scientific academic place. So basically, this is the new approach we have for starting next academic year, starting 2013. So we have decided to open the scholarships to all the countries in the world, except some in gray you see, those are European countries and Canada, who do not give reciprocity to Switzerland in terms of Swiss government scholarships, so we decided not to give them reciprocity, and we're working to fix that, but with European countries we think that it's normal that if we give grants to their nationals, that our nationals can also benefit from grants to go and study in their countries. But this is technical problems that we are trying to fix. But the idea was to open to every single country in the world and not to do any more discrimination by nationality, because before, even though that was not what was aimed, somebody from a country who was not on the list could not come to Switzerland with a grant because he was from that country, which doesn't make much sense in the end. So that is why we opened to every single country, and we also decided in the same time to put some new types of grants. Until now we had research grants and master grants. And the idea was to get rid of the master grants and to focus on research on 3 types of scholarship. The first one is the normal research grants that probably the people here had. It means people or that are on a pre-doctoral level that wants to start a PhD, or people who are doing a PhD in their home institution and want to come in Switzerland 1 year to work with a professor on a cooperation project, etc. That remains, it's always the same. We have a new project which are PhD grants that we will give for 3 years, and postdoctoral grants that will be given for a year with the possibility to renew for 6 months. So this is the new focus of the Commission. So now we are gathering the applications. For the moment, it's a bit a black box for me. I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know how many applications we're going to get, what will be the quality of these applications. But I remain positive, and I think that we will be able to have very good applications and to promote people who are dedicated to an academic career, which was not the case with all the master grants, which many of them were a personal project of the person coming here and then going back to his country, working in his private firm, or the multiplying effect was not the one the Commission wanted. So what are the opportunities in the end for Colombia as well as for Switzerland? The thing is that the scholarship is the main tool offered by the government, by the State Secretariat for Education and Research, to promote academic cooperation between our 2 countries. These 3 new scholarships offer new possibilities. Research fellowships to identify people and potential area of cooperation. That is what you usually do. It works very well. PhD scholarships, where academic cooperation already exists, or where you find out, professors find out a person of high quality and that can be financed through a grant. And postdoctoral scholarships to help strengthen the existing cooperation. What can ACIS do? I think ACIS can play a very important role in this new policy, because you have a strong network of people within Switzerland and Colombia. You have links in common projects, so you can be the best advocates of this these new scholarships in Colombia, along with the partner EPFL, which is our partner in Colombia, for the phase of the application phase and the promotion phase in Colombia. But I think ACIS can play a very important role with your network in Colombia. So this is more or less what I wanted to talk to you about. Talking with Professor Pulgarin, the number of Swiss government grantees that have actually currently key roles in academia in Switzerland or in Colombia are very high. I'm not going to go through the list. It's also personal data protection, so we cannot do that. But it's very interesting to see that there is an impact of those scholarships on both countries, and this is I think, very positive, and this is why this tool exists. Thank you. I remain at your disposal. maybe one aspect I forgot to say, and I think it's an important one, is that until now, the scholarships were offered only for the universities and to ETH in Switzerland. From now on, it will be offered also for all the universities of applied sciences in research and postdoctoral research, which I think is a big, a whole new area of schools and way to work that is also offered for the cooperation with Colombia.
Very good news. We are running out of time, so please be quick with your questions.
Thank you for your interest, Doug. I'm worried about the fact that this new approach you have taken starting from next year, where your scope covers more than 74 countries, I think now 150.
108.
Would it affect the relation with Colombia? Because now you have to distribute the pie with more people, and the first year you have to give to more to those who are not there. Would it affect anyhow our the number of Colombians being benefited?
No, it won't affect because the number of scholarship affected to the pool where Colombia is in, the pool South America, which is the other 8 countries, is remains, no, it's higher than it was last year. So now it's up to the Colombian applicants to be good and win the scholarships out of the pool. But the number has increased actually because the budget has also increased. We didn't just take 100 other countries and no more money.
Very good news. I have a comment or a question myself. You mentioned that they will be open some places for postdoctoral research that last 1 year and a half maximum.
1 year, renewable, another 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, from my point of view, this is not like so short time. You need at least 1 year to set up a project, and then 6 months extra is like too short time for a postdoc.
Yeah, but I think you can if you work within corporations, the project is already designed between the people who are going to work together, and we'll see. Maybe it's a learning process. Maybe we'll see in the end that 1.5 years is not enough and will increase. But for the moment, we looked also at other grants that are given, and they're all within more or less this time frame. So that's why the Commission decided that. But like I said, it's a learning process, and maybe we'll have to change things next year because.
Yeah. Or maybe to do joint collaboration.
Maybe, yeah.
I would like to illustrate the vital importance of this kind of scholarship. In the specific case, for instance, of the EPFL, the cost of one PhD student is 60,000 Swiss francs per year. During 4 years, it's a big amount of money. And then it's very difficult in the framework of our cooperation to directly hire people coming from Colombia, because very often these young people need to improve the language, the French or the English. Is why my English is so bad, because I didn't take advantage of that. And then after we have to, it's very difficult. Then these scholarships are really vital for us, because it's possible to invite the young people, and also there is not the stress necessary, the academic stress, because there are the option of the training, only the training during 1 year. And during this period, he has a scholarship and he is able to learn the language, to adapt it to the country, and also to show the ability to the PhD work. And that is a wonderful way. We have many examples of people that arriving with this scholarship, and after, in my case, it was most of them, they started the PhD work, but only 1 year, 2 years later, after the adaptation, the required adaptation. And otherwise, without this kind of scholarship, it is almost impossible to put in places scientific scholar relationship with Colombia, almost impossible, because the amount is very high to directly take the student from Colombia without any period of adaptation. There is very important. Very important. I expected that this will continue.
Yeah, sure. And I think what you're saying is really true. I received all the final reports of all the people and comments of professor, and a lot of people are then hired on projects, on PhDs, because they have been given the possibility to come 1 year and prove themselves. And that is the usefulness of this tool. Our scope is not to finance things that are usually financed by universities. Our scope is to help that step, build a bridge, and enable people to cooperate between two countries.
I have a question. I was a scholarship holder in 2005.
Yes.
Very proud of it. It was a good time. And one important thing is that we have this 3 months course of French or German. So do you have time? We have the time to adapt to the environment, to start to know Switzerland, to make friendships that lasted until now, very strong friendships. And I'm informed that right now this course is not given.
No, it's not given anymore. This institution does not exist anymore. We have stopped financing it because it was in the new academic environment where English has become more or less the rule. Less and less people wanted to attend these courses, and it costed us a lot of money, which are now directly offered for the scholarships. It was about 1/5 of our budget who was to finance that, which now we use it to finance scholarships.
I think we are approaching